Hello everyone, my name is Gretta. I'm one of the Tam-awan artists, and today I'm here to teach you how to do some basics when it comes to jewelry making. So I have here my tools, and I have here beside me Marlene, who is going to be my student for the day. And I hope that you'll be paying attention because this is a lot of detail work. So when it comes to wire working, the one that's easier, the tools that I usually use are the pliers, the one for cutting, wire cutters. A small one is okay, it's handy. This one is the exact size that you use for jewelry. And then this one is also the one that this is what we call the round nose pliers. The round nose pliers is because it's round here. This is great for making the loops. Now, for this part, what you see here are what I call, well, what we call in the jewelry world, that this is what you call as hat pins. So it has a flat edge that will hold the bead in place. These are the ones that you will use to make your beaded design. So what I'm going to teach you is a basic one, how to do it. So Marlene, you will be using this, and I'll be using this. Now I will teach you first, so you get the hat pin. I'll just teach you how to loop it. So how you loop begins with this. You're supposed to, okay, let's take it from this edge. 1/4. Bend it at this angle. Not too much, yes. Then take the tip, roll it. You can also adjust it by using the larger part, and then there. This is what it looks like. There. You need to make the round shape. So that's why you have to bend it first at this angle here. Yan muna. You hold it here para may support kasi magbe-bend siya. It's very malleable. Bend. Then kunin mo yung dulo. And then roll it back. Roll it back. So anyway, it takes practice to do this, to do it properly and to do it perfectly. So always remember, what you have to do first is that you have to bend it you have to bend it this way. And then you take the tip, curl it. You always have to support the base because it easily bends. Create that. Now this is what happens if you have a bead. So as you can see, the flat part is the one that holds the bead. Dagdagan natin. So try mo na. Let's get some more hat pins. Now when you have the bead, okay na. When you have the bead, what you do now is from here, you have to give it space to move. So you take it from here, you give a little space because you're gonna bend it. There. Bend mo. Support, always support here. Now the thing is, this is too long to loop. Yeah, yun. Now what you need to do next is cut. I usually give it like a ganitong kalayo, like 1/2 inch. Then you have to, kasi this end, when you cut it, it bounces. So, yun. Now you take the edge, support pa rin the bottom part, support here. Take the edge. And then roll. You can use, see, yung mas mataba, roll here. Sige lang. Tapos you just adjust mo yung kamay mo. Ganyan. There, see? Okay, see? Diba? Now this is the thing. If you're going to attach this, so I'm gonna get now, let's get again. I'm giving you a chain. We're gonna make something like a keychain thing. So this is yours. And then this is I'll just use this. Ito na lang for me. Sorry. This one, I'm gonna use, so the chain. I have here a chain. Let's try. Magpasok ka muna. Ito muna. Hat pin muna. You can put down yung chain. So ito. 1, 2, 3. Let's put some 3 beads in again. Then the one I showed you. Now what you have to do now again is like bend, give it space, bend, cut again like 1/2 inch. Now I roll it just a little bit. I don't fully close it because I'm gonna hook it now in the chain. Yeah. Sige, you cut now. So I'll continue saying this. Yeah. So it's there. It's half rolled. Now I take it here. I can use, because remember the size is it's from small to big. Sige, cut mo muna yung wire mo so we can do it at the same time. Yun. Now roll lang. Dulo. Remember dulo. Roll with the bigger. Yeah, yan. Exactly. Halfway. And then you attach it before you go totally close it. Sige, you can reopen it. Attach it to the chain. And then continue rolling it. There. So there, you're gonna have to adjust it. Now I'm gonna keep doing that. A few more. For this. So once again, there. Click halfway through. Roll. Not totally closed. I attach to the next link. Oops, next link. So once you're fast at this is one of the easiest things to do. This wire, this simple wire working technique. So always again, bend 1/2 inch. See, it pops. It just bounces off. Take the edge. Don't fully close, so you have enough to put it through. So I'm putting it on the other side. So actually all you have to do is like, if you're already used to this, you're gonna be doing this really fast. And this is one of the best ways of making your products, a lot of products of this kind, fast because of how easy it is to manipulate the wires because they're already done, they're made. One more time there. So I'm quietly doing this again one more time. I'm gonna work as fast as I can, just so you can see the sample. You can practice first with like plastic beads. Actually, we call them acrylic. They're harder than plastic. There are acrylic beads that are available. They're very cheap. For me, since I like to do this already for like on a more professional basis, I like to really use glass, semi-precious stones. Sometimes I kind of go all the way, but then I just reopen it. Are you seeing already? See? You can start seeing parang grapes. It's very detailed work. You have to work with a certain precision afterwards. You got tired of it na, no? But you get the idea, di ba? Ganyan. Kaya minsan, what I really have to do is like, I usually naman kasi ang ginagawa ko, Tagalog ko na, is naglalagay na ako, lahat nakalusot-lusot na. Tapos saka cut, bend, cut, roll, para dire-diretso na. When it comes to making this as your business, you have to time yourself. Kasi kailangan mo i-include yan sa iyong pag-cost. So actually, I have a timer on. And then I time how long it took me to make this piece. Sometimes I close it already just so I make sure that it's really, really round. There. Minsan pa nga, if I use smaller beads, when I use crystals or smaller beads, I use the same technique and then I make a long chain so they just dangle. There, see? Meron na. Then ikaw na bahala, like how long you want it to be. Kunwari, we just want it to be, wait, one more, para lang, I want to be satisfied before anything else. This is like back-breaking work minsan. Kaya, when you're gonna be doing this at home, sana mas maganda may mataas kang table nandito. Nandito na. There. Okay, I think this is a good enough length for now. Now these chains, they have at one end, they are not welded together. So sometimes what you can do is like you can just split it apart with your hands. Usually I leave one more link. So I'm going to remove this link over here. You can do it different ways. Sometimes you can just separate it. I use my one finger and I do this. I just separate them this way. Or I just get my round nose and I separate them. There. So I have this. So now, after that, how do I connect it? We're making like a keychain charm, a keychain thing. Now this is what you call a lobster clasp. I'm sorry I didn't lay this out first. This is a lobster clasp. Lobster, kasi parang ano ng lobster. And then I also like to use what we call split rings. A jump ring, sa ating ano, ang jump ring kasi masyadong, I find it too weak. Jump ring is isa lang siya. It's just one piece. This is a jump ring. One piece lang siya. And how you separate jump ring, you don't do that. Always only opposite lang. Ganyan. Kasi you're going to close them again later on. But that is too small. What I like to use is what we call the split ring. Yan, naka-coil siya. This is what they use for fishing. It's coiled. Now what I usually do is I take this, I move it apart like this. So it gives me not too much kasi mahirapan ka later on to put it back. I put it through my lobster clasp. That's how I'm gonna link them together. Oopsie. There. I roll it through. There. Then I find the end that I left. Remember, I left one link there. I have this, so I roll it through again. And then I close it by using also again my round nose pliers. This is my technique. So I just do this para lang umipit lang ng konti. Kasi 'di ba medyo nagka-space, so medyo iniipit ko lang, parang masanay ka na masikip ka dapat. There. This is like the fastest. Now that is the simple technique. What you can do later on is you can make a whole bracelet, this, and then add all those beads, wire. So my most basic tools really are the round nose pliers and the cutter, the wire cutter. So if you understand what I mean, you can make a bracelet and then smaller beads, and then just strap them along, alternate, then you have a dangling bracelet already too. Okay, that's one technique down. So for this next technique, what I'm going to be using is nylon coated wire. So this is the thinnest kind. I couldn't find my thicker one. So Marlene here is going to have a little tricky time doing this, but it's okay. This is very, very soft, very, very soft. So what we will do is like we're just gonna cut a length. You can also use your wire cutter for this, your wire cutting tool. And then I have this also. Now we're going to work with bigger beads. These are round beads, so it's up to you what you like to use. You have the round beads, and then you also have what we call the bicone. Bicone, because it's two cones put together. These are what you call bicone beads. Bicone. This shape is called bicone. Now Marlene and I are going to, where's your wire? Now we'll just do the basic, because this is like what you call like weaving also, or netting. So you can choose which one you want to use, the bicone or the round ones. Sige. And then I'll use the round ones. Now get one, hold on. Most of the time, para hindi magsislip yung bead mo is one end. You seal one end by just doing this. Putting the wire through again. Kasi minsan magsislip siya, sayang yung effort mo na naglagay-lagay ka. Ganon. This is just for some jewelry products. That's just showing you lang how to end. This is your stopper, your bead stopper. Sige. So what, now balik mo na. Now I'd like to teach you lang how it is yung basic ng netting. So I have this bead at the end. Just showing you the end, the bead at the end. So I want you to string 3 beads. So 3. Tatlo lang. 4 pala, sorry. 4 beads. Now what you do like is just take the other bead. Itong isang bead. So, di ba, ito, you have this end here. Ito. Now, you put this through opposite. Ito. Sa kabila na. I-opposite mo. So, parang mag-criss-cross sila. Now, I always get the 2 ends. I put them together. Then, I move this down. See? Now, I have a... Yeah. Yeah, baba mo lang. Carefully. Tiran! Just start. Yan. Now, you get 2 beads on one sa each end. 1 here. Yung kabila, isa. Yan. So, they're over there. I have 2 over here. 1 here and 1 here. Now, I'm gonna get the middle bead again. Yung magka-crisscross. We have to crisscross it here. So here, there, and then crisscross again. Yeah, 1 bead, tapos isang middle bead. Yun yung magpapapunta tayo sa gitna.
Crisscross na diretso.
Oo. So you have that na, no? So ako, meron na tong yung loose bead na to sa kabila, and then ito sa kabila. Then yung isang bead na dalawa sila maggaganon na naman ulit. It's a lot of finger work. Oo, yan. Kasi meron na sa kabilaan, no? So, yeah. Ito. So, ito, may loose dito, tapos yung gitnang bead ulit. Hawakan mo sa dulo. Push it down gently. See? It's starting to create. Now, you keep doing that, that's going to create a certain length. So, ganyan lang. Isa ulit na bead dito. Isa ulit na bead dito. So, sanay naman na ako yan. Tapos malalaki itong beads na ginagamit ko. So, madali lang siya. So, best na you practice muna with big beads. And then you master how to do it nicely, perfectly. Then you go to small beads. See? Keep going. They're gonna create a certain length na. You can create a bracelet just putting these together. These are one of the easy techniques. I started with these. So, yung ring, I will show you how I was able to do a ring with that. See? Now to show you yung sa ring, how I did the rings, but they're really tiny. I used another wire. Ayokong mahirap, mas natatansya ko kasi if I use a different wire. Sige lang, pahabain mo lang sa'yo, I will show. So, ang ginagawa ko, para kakapalan ko to, I put this one through. So you see this? Nag-cross siya. Now I'm gonna use this side na bead. I pull it through at least halfway. Then I put one more bead. And then another, because this will be the side. So now I have these 2 here. Now I need a bead that will crisscross. So I will get 1 more. So you actually are stringing 3 beads through here. Whoop, I like to do it half, I like to make it half full. So it's over there. Now this bead, syempre, this string here has to go through the other side. So I'm just showing you how you can make it more complicated. So I put one wire, one end of the wire through the other bead sa kabila para mag-connect sila, magtabi sila. There you go. Then I get one more here. Then I get the middle bead again. Where I have to crisscross. So actually, yung kaisa, yung ginawa natin, ganun din lang, kaso nga lang mas maikli, mas madali lang yung side. Now you see, I just connected through this one. I'll do it one more time. So I'm gonna put this through here. So that's how I connected them in the middle. It's like I am sewing them together. Two beads here on the side, kasi one pang side, tapos yung middle bead. Yung nilusot ko dito, this one, will go through my bead for crisscrossing. See? So see, it's like I sewed together just using that. There. That's how you can thicken it. And then imagine if you start making a necklace or a bracelet that thick. So that's the one for the netting. So later on, I think you're going to see the ring. That one is like 3. It's thicker and it's with smaller beads, so you can make a ring. But here, that's the basic one. And let's see, Marlene, how long is Marlene's na? Oh, see? There. And then you see, oh, magkaka-bracelet ka na rin na with that. So sometimes what I do is like, there is my wire dito. Then I connect it to the lock. So minsan ang ginagawa ko, I string them all through first. This is one example. Lahat ng wires, pinapasok ko muna with the lobster clasp, a smaller lobster clasp. Tapos lahat sila pinapasok, I put them through. I put them through a smaller bead. Then, saka lalabas na silang lahat. This one naman, bunching na technique ito eh. I just strung them together, put them together, tapos string na ulit. Hanggang just stringing. This is just plain stringing. But you can be creative. You don't have to just string one. You can be creative in how you string it. You can actually put a lot of strings and then string together and then use a middle bead to bunch them together. So you can be creative. So this is my finished product of that one for bunching up. That's just like the stringing technique. So as you can see, this is the netting. We just made a net of beads. Okay, so if I'm really going to make a bracelet, so what I showed you a while ago were the techniques, the weaving, the net, making a net, and then also with the wire work. So when it comes to the net, this is what I usually do. I take a lobster clasp, this one, this tiny lobster clasp, then I put it through. And then since I'm gonna do the net thing again, I like to give space. So I have these little metal balls. I get maybe about 1. I thread 3. 1, 2, 3 on each side. 1, 2, 3, one side, and then another one on the other side. 1, 2. See, I have to make sure that I'm counting correctly. 3. There. Now what I can do also is like I can take already one bead on one side there, and then the other one on the other side here, And you know already what's gonna happen. We're gonna put the bead for the crisscrossing part. So here. Then we're gonna do that pattern once again. This is the most simple one, like the cross. Cross and crisscross. So one bead again on each side, one here, and then the other here, and then one more bead to cross the wires together. That side, one end, and then opposite. Minsan hanapin mo yung butas. So I always like to hold both ends here and then push them down para pantay. Kasi minsan if you're not holding, mahaba na yung kabila, maikli na yung kabila. Si Marlene natuwa na magano, 'di ba? Masaya kaya yan. This is very meditative because you're just focused on doing this. When you focus on a task and then when you see results, when you see results, you're so much happier because you can see the result fast. Here. Okay. Kunwari mahaba na yan. I'll just show you how I end it. How I usually end mine. Kunwari mahaba. Let's pretend mahaba na to. Tapos tatapusin na natin. Now, I like to actually use my technique with my bracelet is I always like to use this as the end. Dito kakabit yung lobster clasp kasi adjustable siya. You can easily adjust it. So what I do now is I get again my little metal balls. You can use smaller beads like seed beads for this instead of these. So 1, 2, 3. Let's do it again. 3 here, one side, and then 3 on the other side. These are so small, so that's why a reason I have a tray. Kasi pag nalaglag, hindi sayang. Nakakatch. You always have to have something here na to catch it. This is a sushi tray. They're cheap when you buy it at the surplus. So, kunwari yan na. I'll use this one. So, nilulusot ko lang sa other end. Here. And then the other end also again. Here. So, I crisscrossed on a chain link. Now, what do you guess I'm gonna do? Of course, yung kabilang end, this one, I'm gonna put it through yung tatlong balls sa kabila. So, it's okay. You don't have to make it so tight yet kasi naman you're going to adjust it later on. So, there. I put it through the 3 balls. One more time. I put it through, I thread it through the 3 metal balls. Comes out the other end. Now this other end also, I'll thread through the other 3 balls on the opposite end. There. Here you go. So actually just pull lang to adjust. So this is a lot of just pulling. So I'm pulling here, I pull here also to adjust, I pull this side too to adjust. So I'm just gonna make it loose so you can see it here. Now what's gonna happen? So you just have to pull one end. Now I'm gonna put this again through kasi it's big enough yung hole dito. Through here. I use beads with big holes kaya okay lang siya. Tsaka manipis yung ginamit ko. You can also use yung pang fishing na what they call monofilament. So you just say nylon wire. They have that at the textile shops. So I went, see? Actually, oh. Then I go through here. I can go through here. So how do I end it actually? What I do is I knot it. I make a knot and hide it in the bead. So here's just an example. I'm going to make a knot. Tatali ko lang. So, pasikipin muna natin para medyo makita nyo. You just move the beads, move lang. adjust. Oops. So just so you can see lang, para nilulungan lang natin. So it's a lot of work with your fingers. So here, I did this. I'm going to do this. I make sure it's like really... Yan. Kunwari, ganyan ha. This is just loose. You're supposed to make it closer. Tapos ang nangyayari is, I put it through here so I can hide the knot. That's what I do to end this. Tapos yung kabila rin, through another bead. And then, para mas matibay, nilalagyan ko like a tiny drop of super glue. If it's the nylon, tiny drop, or craft glue. So it's held in place. Sometimes I like to put the glue here sa kung saan ako nagtago ng knot, or where I put them two together. I just put the glue there, I let it flow inside, tapos naka-hold na siya. There. So ito, adjustable siya. If you put the chain here, you have the chain. So that kung masyadong maliit, at least may chain kasi na-adjust. You can lock it here, here. And then, pangit kasi pag ganyan lang. So my technique is also to make it, I don't like it looking so just like that. What I do is like we do the wire thing again. Let's just cut this. Para mas stylish siya. I'm all about style. Proper finish. Let's say I'll get 2 maybe. 2 balls. Then I do again that wire technique. This is too long. I said this is a better size. Then I take it with the thicker end. I start rolling. I close it. I open it up a bit again. I put it at the end. Oops. So minsan pag nagkamali kayo ganyan, you can just like adjust it. Kasi malambot naman yung wire. So yan. So if you're wearing your bracelet, tapos maglalak siya dito, may ganda na may nakadangle pa rin. There. So that's how you make a pretty and elegant bracelet. Thank you!